You know the exact story that I'm talking about. You're super motivated. You go online, you plug in your stats to the TDE calculator, you have your calorie target, you're ready to go. You're going to lose the fat this time. You're plugging along for 3 to 4 weeks, you're losing weight, you're seeing the scale come down, you're super motivated, super fired up. But then all of a sudden, it all stops. And you're left thinking, what the heck just happened? You keep hitting your calorie target, but your weight just will not go down. This is one of the most frustrating things about weight loss. And a lot of people are often left wondering what happened. A few weeks go by, and all of a sudden, you're extremely demotivated, and you just say, you know what, this isn't going to work, and you give up. In this video, we're going to be talking about what happened, why it happened, and what to do about it. Now, the first reason that this happens is simple but often overlooked, and that is that your initial estimate was incorrect. A lot of people drastically overestimate their maintenance calories, and a lot of people think that they're a lot more active than they actually are. Here's a common example. Let's say that you work a desk job and you consider yourself to be pretty active and you go to the gym 3 to 4 times a week. And when you're in the gym, you work hard, you're pushing weight, you're lifting heavy. So when you go to do your calculation, you put moderately active. And really, that's actually a lightly active lifestyle. Here's the thing. When we're lifting weights, we're not actually burning that many calories. Sure, we might be burning, a few hundred calories in our workout, but that's not really what's going to drive our fat loss. And that's really not an active lifestyle. Really, what drives your activity level is really your daily movement. So basically, I would recommend getting a Fitbit and tracking how many steps you get in a day. Because if you're working a desk job and you just go to the gym 3 days a week or 4 days a week and you're lifting for anywhere from, let's say, 30 minutes to an hour, and you're probably not getting that many steps outside of that, and you're not going to be burning that many calories. So this is probably the number one issue that I see when you set your calorie target is that you're calculating moderately active when you're probably on the lighter side. And here's the main thing. In that beginning period, when you started for those first 3 to 4 weeks, you probably did eat less than you used to eat. And the reason that your scale weight came down was because you just have less food in your body overall. And then all that water weight probably came off your body. But the thing is once that water weight is gone, it slows down a lot. And you're not eating low enough to get the fat moving and continuously lose weight. Now let's talk about the second reason that your calorie deficit isn't working. And this one is kind of brutal and kind of sucks, but it's just a simple fact that your metabolism slowed down. And I'm not talking about the starvation mode or a broken metabolism because those things are often really overblown and extremely rare. What I'm basically talking about is number one, a lighter body is just going to be burning less calories just because there's less mass. And the other thing too is that a lot of people overlook the fact that when you're consuming less calories, you're outputting less calories. So simply just eating less will automatically cause you to burn less calories than if you ate a little bit more. So when you're in a calorie deficit, you get a lot more tired easily. You're kind of hungry, you're tired, and you just don't feel like moving around as much as you used to. And a lot of people might not notice this, but you just naturally move around less when you're eating at a calorie deficit. And because of that, you're also lighter and you're burning less calories. So the harsh truth is really that you probably need to drop your calories by 100 or 200 to get things moving again. And the calories that you were eating to start your weight loss are probably not going to be the calories that you need to eat to continue losing weight throughout your entire goal. And that's why I always recommend to use a step tracker as you're losing weight, because if you have a goal to walk 10,000 steps a day, then if you're getting enough activity throughout the day and you're not succumbing to your body's natural desires to move less, and you're making sure that you have a consistent baseline activity so that you have less variables to worry about as you lose weight. So let's talk about the third thing that you're probably doing that is causing your calorie deficit to not work. And this one's going to be kind of tough, but I'm just going to have to be the one to tell you, you're probably eating too much on the weekend. Now, this is something that's extremely common and a lot of people don't realize it. And I'm going to give you a concrete example. So let's say that you have a calorie target to lose weight and you're supposed to be eating 2,000 calories a day. So Monday through Friday, you're doing really well and you're hitting 2,000 calories. But then on Saturday and Sunday, you kind of let loose a little bit and you think, I did good during the week and I know I can tighten things up if I need to. And you relax a little bit and you eat a little bit more than you thought. You may have a drink here and there, and you end up eating 3,000 calories a day on Saturday and Sunday. If you average out that week, you're actually at about 2,300 calories on average. And that alone will pretty much almost wipe out the deficit that you thought you were in. And if that's your consistent routine, you're going to be losing less than half a pound per week, which is easily going to be masked by things like water retention and other processes in your body. So the main thing with this one is that if you have an average calorie target, you need to make sure that you're averaging that including your weekend days, not just when you're at your best Monday through Friday. So the main takeaway with all of these problems is that you can't fix what you can't see. And I actually created a tracking tool that will fix every single one of these problems. Number one, it'll give you an initial calorie target based on your TDEE, and it will actually adapt to the changes in your weight. So if you're not losing weight as quick as you want, it will start to recommend less and less calories. And on the other side, if you're losing too quick, it will start to add back calories to your maintenance. And the other thing is that it tracks your moving average calories so you can see what you're actually averaging throughout all the days that you're tracking. This way, it's going to give you a very clean, accurate representation of what you're actually eating versus what your actual maintenance calories are. In addition to this, there's a calorie schedule where you can choose to eat more on the weekends and still hit your target based on the average calories for those 7 days. So if you're interested in this tool, I will leave a link in the description. I personally use it myself, and really it was born out of me making all of these mistakes that I've been talking about throughout this entire video. So with that said, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and I will see you guys in the next one.